What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm here to bring you guys another video on my must-have series. This is my series I created inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series. I always have her series and the community playlist linked down below, as well as all the Instagram pages that I follow to get all of this makeup knowledge. And lastly, but certainly not least, I always have all of the items listed and linked down below. If you make a purchase through any of the links down below, I very much appreciate it. Otherwise, no big deal at all. I'm just happy you came here to talk makeup with me because there's makeup to talk about. There is, and I'm so excited. So if you're enjoying my makeup look right now and you're wondering, girl, did you film it? What is going on with it? This will be coming up tomorrow, Tuesday, and this will be my latest video in my Heritage Month series where we will be featuring Latin or Hispanic owned makeup. So yeah, let me just showcase some new makeup and then we will dive right on in. Quite a few purchases here and like things that I just have. So one thing was actually sent to me, and this is the LYS Secure Brow Pencil in the shade dark brown. I didn't even know these things were available, so I was so excited to see this. I do know that right now on the Sephora website you can get the Shape Clear Brow Gel, so I'll be very excited to try that as well. But this brow pencil comes in 7 different shades. Like I said, I have this in the shade dark brown. I usually do either a dark brown or a soft black. So yeah, I think overall this is looking really nicely in my brows, and I can't wait to get some more information. I did actually put this in my brows today, so this will be featured in tomorrow's video. Although this isn't a Hispanic owned brand, I had to throw some things in there because I didn't have everything for Hispanic Heritage Month. Okay, so I also made a very interesting order to the brand Phytosurgence. So when I get kind of on a binge vibe with a particular YouTuber and they're kind of really in love with certain brands, and I enjoy how the brands look on their skin, I typically try to see if I can get my grubby hands on them for my skin tone. And I've been really enjoying, what is her name? She did the collaboration, Khaki. I've been really enjoying Khaki's channel, and she really likes Phytosurgence. Granted, she is, as she says, she can't be biased, or she can't be non-biased because she actually knows the owner. But either way, I was really excited. So I picked up a cream highlighter, a cream bronzer, and 2 kind of like glitzy eye shades. So I cannot wait to play with those. Very excited for that. And then I'm really in a weird era of my life where I think I'm a rich auntie. I told you guys I would be obsessing over getting these products, specifically this. Now, in my defense, this is the first time I've really made an order to specifically get a lip case from Dior. This was the one that I wanted. I wanted the one that said Christian Dior and had the beautiful kind of embossing behind. To my defense, I really thought this was gonna, one, have a refill in it. That's on me. But also I thought this was gonna be a little bit more nudie. This is quite white, so I'm scared I'm gonna stain it, but it's still beautiful. So until I really use it, I'm gonna keep it in its packaging so I don't stain it. I also did get 2 other things. Let me just show you guys really quickly because I feel like out of everything, this is gonna be the products that you guys are really interested in, but I will be showcasing these on my channel. I did get a 5-pan, and this is in the shade Rouge Saga. I believe this came out for summer, but this was just the color scheme that I was more interested in. It has some warm neutrals, and I was talking last week, and this is, I think, what could be like my, I don't know if I would say perfect, but a favorite of mine 5-pan that could go into my stash drawers. And then the last one that I got was a blush from Dior. And this actually came out in their more recent collection. And this is in the shade Splendid Rose. So I think this is going to be an interesting shade. I've always been able to get Dior blushes to work for me. I did want another one and I can't find it anywhere. I think that was a part of the summer range. It was beautifully dark and neutral. I can't find it though, so it is what it is. I'm sure it'll come out, and if I'm paying attention, I'll pick it up. But I got quite a few things. I need to charge my computer, and then I'll scoot over so that we can talk about the new releases to see what I potentially would be picking up or passing over. Hopefully a lot more passing over than picking up, because we get into the holidays, which means sale time, and I really want to save up some money for them sales. So let me scoot over real quick. Okay, so I am filming this, I wouldn't say late, but I am filming this on Monday during the day at around 4. So I feel like there's quite a bit of new products and just full reveals that I've seen. And so hopefully this will give you guys quite a bit more insight onto things that we've talked about, that it's been sneak peeked previously, and now I can see the whole kit and caboodle. So along with, you know, the plethora of other releases that Makeup Revolution has done for the Halloween season, they also have this particular Halloween collection, and this is their Twisted Fantasy collection. This is the one they do every year, where they have like the FX paints that they release. They have an eyeshadow palette, stuff like that. I think, you know, there's cuteness to it. There's things that I'm over. This is thankfully something that I'm going to pass. Keeping it going with Makeup Revolution, this time it is their collaboration with It. I don't really watch this type of stuff. This is stuff that like my dad and brother would go watch at the movies and I would stay home, okay? I just don't like, there's a level of scary that I can do. This is way beyond it. I also really don't like clowns. A teacher of mine used to smile when she would give people detention, and like that forever is ingrained in my head. So I refuse to enjoy clowns even when they aren't killer clowns. I don't like clowns because they remind me of her. So this is not something that I'm interested. I think some of the color schemes are really nice, specifically that the boat, I think that's the paper boat eyeshadow palette. It looks cute. I like certain parts of that color scheme. There's also the chapter 2, which looks to be a little bit more kind of different textures, maybe like lip products and FX paints. Cute again. There's some eyeliners. There's a lip stain. You know, everything looks cute-ish, but just not for me. Charlotte Tilbury has come out with a collaboration with, why am I blanking on his name? Elton John. And, you know, they've come out with this collaboration with the 2 lipsticks in the shades Rocket Girl and Ready for Lust. You have the eyeshadow or the bag, and then you can get the lipstick and the bag. Honestly, I think they're missing out. They should have released those sunglasses that they have in the promotion footage as well. I think people would have bought that, especially if they're really big Elton John fans. Not something for me. The lip colors are just not colors that I would get any use out of. I know me, so another easy pass. Now, this was a very interesting release from Natasha Denona. It was something that wasn't leaked, but it was actually leaked. And this is their mini trichrome palette. Now, this is the extension of their trichrome big palette, the one that is $129. I want to say that was limited edition, so if you weren't able to pick it up, you weren't able to pick it up. I will say that Natasha tends to find stock in her warehouses randomly, so if it's something that you really want, I would not spend the excess money on like Mercari or Poshmark trying to get it. I would just wait personally. That said, when we're talking about this, these are all blues, and you know, I'm someone, I like color, I do, But I've never been somebody who wears a lot of blue. It's just not something that I wear a lot of. And if I really want a blue palette, I have my ColourPop palette. That's the one palette from ColourPop that like you can literally rip from my cold dead hands. I really like the formula. I like the variety in the blues. I like this too. I'm gonna wait. We're really close. We're close enough to the holiday season where a lot of things, if I'm not really dying for it, I'm going to wait to see if it goes on sale. This could be something that I potentially pick up. I've never picked up any of these mini palettes. I always tend to stick with her mid D or the 129 palettes. So it'll be very interesting to see if this is on sale. I'm sure her latest I Need a Nude palette will be on sale. And so maybe if I can get that duo, I would love it. I don't know. But I just don't need this because I genuinely just don't get a lot of use out of blues. And if I do, like I said, I reached for that ColourPop palette and I couldn't even tell you the last time I reached for that palette. There is so many collaborations coming out with Beauty and the Beast. And I'm so happy that like that is not an IP that I am obsessed with because otherwise I'd be losing a lot of money. Not that I don't already, but like even more. So this is a collaboration with Sigma Beauty, which has excellent quality. They're coming out with a cheek palette, an eyeshadow palette, a mini eyeshadow palette, a brush set, and a lip set. I think for me, I'm gonna be able to just blanketly pass this whole kit and caboodle. For me, the two eyeshadow palettes, I think there's enough depth and variety that if you are my skin tone or even potentially deeper, you'll be able to create looks, whether it's enough depth and the type of depth as you like, you know, only you know. But I think you can make palettes. I think you can make eyeshadow looks with those palettes, but the cheek palette, absolutely not. And that would have been the thing that I potentially would have picked up. Everything else I just don't need. So unfortunately for that one, I am going to go ahead and pass. So Urban Decay has showcased that they're coming out with two Moon Dust palettes. Now, one of these is actually available. It's the one, if I remember correctly, that has the silver and the gold. That one is actually currently available at Sephora, and they've also come out with new single panned moon dust shadow. So they've extended the range, which I like this for Urban Decay. I'm so excited for Urban Decay and to hope that they can really continue to push the envelope and really make their company a little bit more successful than they have been in years past. So I like this. The more neutral tone one has not been seen, at least not to my knowledge. So I think that's the one that I would be more inclined to pick up, and that one is Space Rider. That said, in my loves list right now is a bronzy metallic single in this formulation. I've never tried this formulation. I've heard so many good things, just never gotten around to trying it. And so I think at least for now, I'm gonna stick with that. And then as always, if Urban Decay drops these down to 50% off because not enough people are buying or they just, you know, are feeling froggy, then I might pick up that more neutral tone palette. But I also haven't seen any reviews, so I want to see reviews from people who have tried this formula, love this formula, and can tell me whether these palettes are the exact same formula as the single pots that they enjoy. Quite a few new things have dropped on the Sephora website. Not only these products that I'm talking about, but also a lot of sets. If you want a video really going deep dive into the sets that are available, let me know. I know a lot of people already do those, so I don't know how much value I can really bring, but if you want to see it from me, please do let me know down below. So Tom Ford has released his Soleil Neige collection with that eyeshadow palette and the two highlighters. If you want to see a video, I actually watched one today from Michelle Wong, so definitely check out her channel. And she really liked the more goldy one. It really worked for her skin tone. It was very much like a your skin but slightly even better type situation, whereas the like more pinky one really was a little bit more cool tone on his skin tone, and you could really see it. So I would definitely tell you to check out her channel because that video was really interesting. Lawless has also come out with the jumbo queen size forget the filler lip plumper smoothing gloss, but also they have an eyeshadow palette which is the Dreamy Dozen talc free eyeshadow palette. I think there is merit in this palette, but there's nothing really forcing me to try it and to try this brand legitimately for the first time. So I think I'm gonna skip. Fenty has showcased that she now has both the refill and the shimmering body cream in warm cinnamon. I do want to try that. So many people are raving about that from last year. So this is definitely something that I do want to bring into my collection. If it's not going to work out this year, I just hope that it can work out next year if the brand decides not only to bring it back, but also just to make it permanent just for year round. The last thing that Trim Mood put into this particular collage is the fact that LYS is coming out with 3 mini blush trios. This includes the shades Humble, Self Love Shimmer, and Unique. And what I will say is, I know a lot of people really liked these blushes because they are very pigmented, very blendable, this, that. But I think for me, it's not a favorite cream blush because it looks so shiny at the end. And don't get me wrong, I think that there's definitely merit in that. I do enjoy the Patrick Ta, which does give off a very similar effect. But because you can also then use the powder in the Patrick Ta, I just enjoy it better because then I can kind of take away some of that sheen a little bit easier. Whereas if you put like a setting powder over the LYS, in my opinion, it just distorts the color in a way I just particularly don't enjoy. So it's one of those formulas that I have and I do enjoy it. It's just not my top tier, but the concept of having these minis, I think it's just more practical than maybe picking up 3 full sizes that you just know you're not going to finish all 3 sizes. A brand that I love, and you know I always love because I always have one of their cream fluffs near me, is Half Magic Beauty. I love this brand, love this formula. Anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about right now. They have released a holiday collection, which is called the Electric Collection, where there are 3 lengthening mascaras, 2 single shadows, and 2 glitter pill products. I am actually interested in trying their lengthening mascara. As for the single shadows, I don't think either of them are gonna, okay, so maybe I'm gonna need to try the pinky one. That looks like it will be right up my alley. And Half Magic is now available through Ulta, and I already have a massive Ulta order that I do want to make very soon, if not tonight. So I could see me throwing both of those products in and trying them because I already know I enjoy their single shadows. I have one of their single shadows somewhere. I actually really like that, and I would love to try a mascara from the brand because I've pretty much enjoyed everything that I've tried. I've never tried their glitter pills, but that formulation and the concept, it's just not for me, not the type of products that I reach for. So literally tomorrow I am mentally preparing myself to head to the mall. I smelled the Jo Malone ginger biscuit or whatever the holiday scent is the last time I was at the mall, which I want to say was last week. I really enjoyed that, and the latest YSL, wow, the latest YSL Libre, the silver packaging, that definitely was a black horse. I was not expecting to enjoy that more than like all of the other scents that I had sprayed, and I had sprayed scents all over myself. Long story short, those were the 2 that I really want to get. I'm probably going to pick up the I'm probably going to pick up the Jo Malone tomorrow. I really want to get that before it sells out because apparently it's like limited edition. The YSL, I do want it, but I'm trying to decide how I'm going to pick it up. If I'm going to wait for like a 5 times the points or something, that's probably when I'll pick it up because I do enjoy that scent, but it's not like as limited edition as the Jo Malone. And for once, I feel like that Jo Malone one really lasted on me better than any of the previous ones that I've tried. So I'm really excited for that. But here's a new one that I want to talk about, and this is Moschino, something to that effect, and they're coming out with Toy 2 the Pearl fragrance. So I've never smelled any of these scents. Definitely let me know down below if you have, and if you have a favorite, please let me know. You guys know I love scents. I may not be able to like pick out the different ingredients, but I love to smell them, and I feel like I still have good recommendations even though I can never discern the ingredients. So this one has top notes of lemon entwined with aromas of oregano and lemon sherbet. The heart is hydroponic jasmine with sand freesia, and the base is vetiver, cypress, and musk. I don't know if I'd like that. Why is oregano in a scent? What does that even smell like? Does that smell like herbally? Maybe it smells earthy. I don't really know how to feel about that particular note. Definitely let me know if you know where these are available. I feel like at one point they were available at Sephora, but I haven't seen it pop up in a while, because I definitely remember the Moschino and Sephora collaboration palette that people were going stupid over. Maybe they're available. I think I want to say I've seen them lately in like a Macy's or a Nordstrom, because I've been just, them sites have been haunting me in my sleep, okay? The amount of sales that have already become available, I'm not ready. I'm not ready and I'm not prepared. But something that I was very interested to see the inside of, and I don't know how to feel about this. This is Cosmic Brush's Gothic palette. So this is their 12 pan Gothic palette inspired by elegant Gothic horror with deep, rich tones of wine, plum, berries to create the most beautiful glam goth looks. This has 5 metallics, 7 mattes, 1 multichrome, 1 duochrome, and 1 matte with sprinkles. It is going to be available on October 11th at 6 p.m. UK time, 10 a.m. PST, 12 p.m. CST, and 1 p.m. EST, and is available for £22, which is roughly about 25-ish dollars. But there is a wicked amount of money when it comes to their taxes and their shipping. Generally, that brings the palette somewhere around the $40 to $50 mark for the US. So do keep that in mind. If you are only buying one palette, it may not be cost effective for you. I don't love it. I don't love the palette. And that hurts for me to say, because this has definitely been one of my favorite brands lately, where I feel like I've just automatically loved their products and I just continue to want more. But I don't love this color scheme, and I don't want to talk myself into it. As much as I love reviewing and showcasing products for you guys and like showing you guys looks and different, concepts that you can create, I just don't love this palette. So I think, unfortunately, I am actually going to go ahead and pass. But I would love to hear if you're interested in this particular palette, but also like, do you like the brand's formula? Because I have personally never heard somebody not like it, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that doesn't like it. So I would love to hear from you guys when it comes to cosmic brushes. Maybelline is coming out with something that I quite honestly thought were blushes and highlighter duos. And these are Color Rivals Shimmer / Matte Eyeshadow Duos. So they have 4 different colorways. And yeah, like I said, I thought these were literally eyeshadow cheek products. These are available already in Asia and will be coming soon to the US and other locations. Are you interested? Do you plan to actually use these as eyeshadows? Do you plan to use these as cheek products? I feel like these would be better suited as cheek products, but who am I? Who am I? So the brand Marine Cosmetics has come out with yet another collection, and this is a collection, I want to say, for Halloween. And the eyeshadow palette says Mayhem, I want to say. So this collection has an eyeshadow palette, a highlighter palette, lip liners, lip oils, and lip pencil eyeliners. This is very, very cool toned, and I don't really get down with cool tone things that much. I also have never tried the brand, so I think I'm going to skip, particularly when it comes to this collection. And I don't have any other things pinned. Since I'm sitting here, I'm just going to make sure that that's all the things that I want to talk about. I will say, let's talk about Glamlight. They've been showing now, I want to say, only 2 sneak peeks. And last week I talked about the fact that they were doing a Friday the 13th collection. They also, before that, and I just didn't see it, were doing a Nightmare on Elm Street collection as well. So they have a lot of things coming out very, very soon. From what I can tell, they're going to be releasing the Friday the 13th collection first, and then the Nightmare on Elm Street. It is the 9th of October and we still haven't really seen the full collection. I do see a sneak peek that the eyeshadow palette's going to be in a VHS box, and they have showcased the mirror, which is like a Jason mask on one side and then just a normal mirror. And then they also have a candle, which is the first one that they've ever released for their brand. And this is the Camp Blood candle. So it's only $12, which I think is really an affordable candle. I don't particularly love one wicks, but I think that, you know, it's affordable candle in all. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just continuing to see. I don't see anything else really interesting or that I really want to talk about. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there. Definitely let me know down below, is there anything that you're really interested in? I feel like there are a lot of like holiday sets or just products in general that I have, you know, waited to pick up, and now is like the time where I'm really starting to consider. I also have just a lot of things that I want to re-up or stock up on during this holiday season with all of these sales. So that's really where my mindset is, and I'm really trying to curb, you know, the unnecessary purchasing. It doesn't always happen. Some days I have weak points and then it is what it is, but I also do have quite a few collections coming. I have still the Odin's Eye and Angelica Niqua's holiday collection still has not physically reached me yet. I don't know where that product or that package is. I really need to look for that. I'm still waiting for the Game Beauty palettes and highlighter that I picked up. There are quite a few things that I picked up that I just expected to get by now, and so yeah, I'm just kind of sitting. I really want to get my products. I still have quite a bit of the basket left to still get my opinions on, and I really want to give you guys those reviews before the Sephora VIB sale or their semi-annual sale comes. And then I want to get up some review videos or recommendation videos for you guys for that sale. So there's a lot coming up, and so I don't mind really taking this lull where I'm not really picking up a lot of new things. And I think that's why I've been really able to kind of say no to this, no to that. But I would love to hear from you guys down below. What are you interested in picking up? What aren't you interested in picking up? There's going to be hopefully quite a few videos coming from me this week. I apologize for last week. I just had some unexpected things come up, and it was a lot of overwhelming stuff in my personal life. So this will be coming up on Monday. Tomorrow will be my face of makeup that I have on right now. Wednesday, I'm hoping to do like roundup of quite a few makeup products that I've just been waiting on to review for you guys. And then who knows, hopefully by Friday, one of the multiple packages of collections that I've been waiting for will get to me, and I can kind of showcase those on my channel along with some other new products that I've picked up along the way. So I'm not going to talk too much more. I would love to hear from you guys down below. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, the content, my voice, anything under the sun, and then go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed and you love the vibes and you want to go ahead and join the Swag Club fam. And yeah, comment down below if you have any questions, comments, concerns. I try to get back to my comments as quickly as I can, but I definitely always answer all of the comments to the best of my ability. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video, which will be tomorrow. Bye guys.